Good evening, everyone. I am glad to be back to spend some time with my cousin Casey. We appreciate you guys for joining in last week with Casey and Alicia. It was an absolutely wonderful episode. And if truth be known, I mean, I was on vacation, but those kind of conversations they do upset me and they do get me mad, and then I got to go back to work. But we won't get into that. But I did listen, and it was wonderful. They did a really good job. But before we get on our topic, which is unwritten rules men should know, I am going to say this. I was on vacation. It was out in the mountains, blah, 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 blah. But if anyone ever get a chance, not just the mountains I went to, but if you have access to kids who are, in the city or don't get out much, take them not just to the country, but take them out to, if you can, to be in the mountains or be somewhere, because it is so different. It is so peaceful, and it can be life changing for people if you get out there and there's it's just you and what God created and God and your family, and it makes you think about things. So if you get a chance, not just children, but you too, try to do that. It is absolutely wonderful, and I encourage you guys to do it. This is my first time. I'm 53. It's my first time doing it. So like that is my first time doing it. So please, if you get the opportunity to do that, because it is a wonderful experience. So again, I'm happy to be back, be with my best friend Casey. We're going to talk about unwritten rules men should know. Now, before I get started, this conversation can go all kinds of places. But since this is my first time back, I'm a semi behave on things, because there are many things that men should know. But I will tell you this. In my previous marriage, there are things that I should have known that I didn't know. Granted, I was young and I was dumb and blah blah blah, so on and so forth, and I had to learn certain things. But that was on me. I got married young and I didn't know anything. I wasn't a man. I mean, there are things that I'm still learning today. I'm 53 years old, things that I'm still learning today. But when I was young and I got married, and when I'm associating this with relationships, but there are other things that we'll discuss other than relationships. But y'all, I ain't know nothing. And I didn't know nothing until I got older, and I realized how much of nothing I didn't know. So we're not here to pick on anyone, or and I have a long ways to go. We all do. You can always continue to learn, but um, there are some rules that men should know before they get in a relationship, before they get on a job, before they raise children. So many things that they should know, and this is just my view on it. So, cuz drop that for a second. There he is. All right, all right, all right. He's back. So that's my take on it, and we're going to get into it, and you'll hear my take. But we're going to go ahead and listen to what Casey has to say on his point of view. Hit me up, cuz.
I don't want to duplicate anything you said, and I apologize because I think my internet just flashed.
That's cool.
But all I heard you say was in my previous marriage. So I don't know what followed
That's
that,
all.
but
That's all you heard.
that's it. It,
Dang.
it
Okay.
went out. It went out, but it's all good. It's all good.
Mm.
Um,
Brief synopsis. I ain't gonna go over it again. Previous marriage, I ain't know nothing as a man, and the rules that that our fathers taught us, that I thought that I knew. I ain't know none of that stuff, and I was young and dumb. And I didn't know how dumb I was until I got older, and I was like, "No, I ain't know nothing." But I want to hear your view for me, so hit us up.
and that's a good one because I wanted to ask at the beginning, and maybe people who are watching can drop their comments in. Why you said when you were young, you thought differently. We operated differently. We definitely weren't who we are now. What's something that you found funny at, let's just say 25, that you actually do now? Something that you would have laughed at. And you don't have to answer it right now. We'll think about it. We'll come back to it. So you can think throughout the podcast, and then we'll revisit that. Something that, it was like, what is he doing? Or you thought that was funny, or.
Uh-huh.
but we'll
Uh-huh.
come back to it. So, things every man should know. First of all, I'm gonna start with this because I have a lot of tools, and these are just gonna be a bunch of different points. So, feel free to chime in anytime you want. Stop me. But this one, if you borrow tools, return the tools either in the same condition that you borrowed them or in better condition. That's one point. If you want to elaborate, we can elaborate. But I,
Can I say something real quick?
oh, absolutely.
So that is absolutely correct. And if you mess up the tool and you break it or something, buy a new one better than the one that you borrowed. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
Another one, and this is for men. Again, y'all see the topic. Um, if you see a man or woman carrying something heavy, automatically, without question, grab the other end, offer assistance, whatever you can do to help make the situation easier. Definitely a man. If you see a man, men like to try and do things on our own. We don't never want to ask for help. I got it. At the same time, we struggling, veins popping out, we sweating, trying to tussle with something, getting it inside. Help, help. Even if they're a distance away, you may see a man, a neighbor, getting something off a truck. Go help. Just a hidden rule. Go.
I'm gonna attach that. So that goes with when you see, I mean, especially a woman, but if you see a man pushing a car trying to get it off the road,
Please.
get your butt out of the
Please.
car and help. Okay, but I'm gonna roll this back just a little bit because so
Episode.
at work, not to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. So I'm a director at my job, right?
Mhm.
There are people because I always tell the IT guys or whatever, if you guys need something, just let me know. I mean, and I'll come and help you because they have to move things and do whatever. Do you know
Mm.
that I was asked, why are you doing that? What you mean, why am I helping them? And they're like, yeah, you're in a certain you why are you doing that? Because they need help. Now, when they said that, I was like, this is where we're at.
Sad.
This is where because people have gotten to a point to where they think that they've made it. Oh, we had a discussion before we got on. That discussion we had, yeah. People think that they've gotten to a certain level to where I'm above or I am above that. I can't do those things anymore. Drive cause it drives me crazy. So not that I'm this, I'm this. It's just simple stuff. Oh, you need some help with that, and I'm gonna help you with it. But people do not do it. I don't know what's going on. But because we're from the country, we're from the country, and that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I don't to add on to that. Hit me up, Phil.
Another one. Always, listen, men, always have some jumper cables. And this is the most important part. Please know how to use them. I can understand women, and I can even understand some men, but I've had people call me in the midst of trying to help someone else, ask me how to hook up the jumper cables. You can blow up a battery. You can certainly kill all the electronics in the vehicle, especially these newer vehicles. Um, have them and know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, please don't try to help. Please don't try to help.
Because
Call
it could be
someone.
dangerous.
Yeah, call someone. I mean, even if you have cables, if you don't know how to use them, see if they know how to use them. Like, don't just go and experiment on somebody's vehicle, but learn how to use them if you don't. That's imperative. Imperative. Um, Also, and this is a big one for a lot of men. This is a big one for a lot of men. We have to learn to listen to understand and not to win.
What do you mean? You said not to.
When not to win.
Okay.
Listen to understand and not to win. Now that
Oh, gotcha. Understand what you're
is
saying.
in
Yes.
almost every relationship, or not to be verbally combative about whatever the situation is. I think a lot of times, men, because normally we're fixers, so we listen enough to get the antidote to fix the situation, and now we're no longer listening. We're going to tell you how to fix it. I've already, you know, brought up the situation in my mind, how I'm getting ready to fix this that you're talking to me about, but you just want to talk. So,
I used to do that.
man,
I used to do that. I had to learn. I had to learn
I can't believe
because
I just lost your volume. Can you hear me?
yep.
I know we ain't doing this again.
You
I
can't hear
just
me, cuz?
I just lost the volume.
Okay, so you can't hear me?
Um, it totally went away. But go ahead. Don't stop talking.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up
So
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 I
I
can
have two
continue
things to
hearing
say
on live.
why Casey fixed it. I have two things to say. I had to everything to me was a project. I treated my wife like a project. I treated my children like a project. I treated everything like projects. And so what I did was, again, y'all know how men they're listening, trying to fix it. Um, I was a project manager at one time, and so I lived my life as a project manager. Everything was a project. And so it was, what's the problem? Let's do it. Let's solve it. Done. I'm out. And so that was a very unloving and uncaring way that I was doing things. I love my family, I love my children, I love my wife, I love my family. But again, everything to me was a project. And so when you do things as a project, it becomes very cold. And when you become very cold, you take the feeling out of things. So I had to change, I had to adjust because when you do that, um, there's not much love or there's not much carry or it's not felt. I love them, but you don't feel it. Um, because can you hear me yet? Okay, so he's still trying to fix it. So that's what I had to do. But I'm gonna tell you guys one more story about
I hear
men.
you on my live, but we're good. I just saw Latalia dropped in and said she can hear us both, so
Okay,
we're just gonna keep moving.
okay, cool. So one last thing that I'm gonna tell you. There's a story about what men should know. Yeah, I'm getting in trouble with this. That's okay though. My daughter was dating a guy who ran out of gas. They were in the car together. They were going a long distance. He ran out of gas. So I was out of town with work. I was out of town doing something. And so my wife had to get out of the bed and go take them a gas can. Do you know? And they were older. That joker did not know how to put gas in his car from a gas can. I was like, what? Because my wife called me. I was like, what? How do you? Like, what do you mean? What do you
Well,
mean you
uh,
can't? But okay, I'm gonna stop because you hit it.
yeah, that's a bit. It's discouraging because so many men, especially this younger generation, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know changing tires. They don't know how to jump another vehicle. They don't know a lot of the details of upkeep of a vehicle, of a home, of a relationship. There's a lot of things, and that's why I felt like this would be a good one to drop in. Just unwritten rules that we can kind of toss out, just food for thought. Because as always, we just talking. All right,
Can I
go
say
ahead,
something?
cuz.
All right, all right. So I'm sorry, I ain't mean to interrupt your cuz, but I'm gonna say this. So this is on the subject, but it's a little bit kind of off the subject. Ladies, if you get with the man and that man has to keep telling you that he's the man and I'm this and I'm that, you picked wrong. Because if a man is not secure in himself, where he has to tell you, I'm this and I'm whatever, and he can't live that, and if he can't be man enough to just be who he is and protect and love and do all those things, then you're making the wrong choice, or you married the wrong choice. Sorry, I know that you shouldn't say that, but um you shouldn't have somebody trying to tell you constantly that this is who I am. You should live as who you are. We all make mistakes and we all are whatever. But if you have somebody who has to keep telling you that, then there's some other things going on. Go ahead, Cuz.
It's a good point. We just saw where Latalia dropped in and say a friend 39 years old didn't know there was a spare in the trunk of her 2023 vehicle. So
Yeah,
it does have a lot to do with parenting. I think a
that's
lot of
right.
men,
That's
even when they're both parents in the house, a lot of men don't take the time to show the women in their lives how to handle themselves. Um, my daughters, my the women in my life, they know how to handle themselves with equipment. I'll say, let me just say equipment. Um, but also, I don't expect them to have to get down and change a tire. That's something that I feel like I'm always going to be
you
in the
call me.
vicinity for the
Yeah,
most part. But
yeah.
if not, all my daughters are married, so they have husbands, but they primarily know what to do. And I think a lot of people have overlooked the fact that young women need to know these things too. Men should know them without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
There,
yeah,
and if you don't have somebody that's showing you, first of all, you can contact us. If
yeah,
you just need to know the simplest thing, I ain't gonna judge you. I
yeah.
understand. I've seen it. I've seen men. I've seen I ain't gonna put him out there because he'll see it and somebody else might know. But the things that I've seen men trying to do in order to get a tire off, in order to change windshield wipers, I mean, it's some stuff that anyway, it's pretty embarrassing for them, I'm sure. But it's way more embarrassing to have to call another man to fix something while your wife or your
It,
girlfriend or somebody else is
it
standing right
is.
there.
It is. So I'm gonna go back to the thing that you said before. Um, So I failed my daughters. I had nothing but I have three daughters. I had all daughters. I did. I failed them because if there was something wrong, I was there. And I didn't make them come out there and see me do it. So their contingency plan is, hey daddy. So and now let me tell you like this. If my daughters call me
Call daddy.
in the morning or late at night. Not so much my oldest because she's married and she married a good man. I mean, he's a young guy and there are things he has to know, but he was raised right and there are things he has to know. And hopefully, I've expressed to him that he can come to me because there are things that he needs to know. And he had a good father. He has a good father too, and so on and so forth. But my youngest, um, my youngest and my middle child is in Florida, so she doesn't really call me for those things. But my youngest, she'll call me for the whatever, and I'm like, I know, but there are things I should have showed her, but I didn't. So I have to admit, I did fail my daughters in that way because I just did it. Just call me and I'll do it, and then I'll go and do it, and I'll do it. So men, show your daughters, definitely show your sons. I mean, I was out there and watching my dad do things, and I didn't know, but it didn't matter that I didn't know. He'll explain it, and I'm just out there trying to. Yep, I just want to go to the movies. So if I sit out here and watch you, I'll go to the movies afterwards just so I can go. But there are things that I retained that I didn't know that I retained. There are things that my dad and my brothers, I have older brothers who showed me things I wasn't always necessarily interested in it, but then you realize, oh, I remember how to do that because they showed it to me, even though I didn't think I was paying attention. They showed me, and I went and you're able to do these things, and there is no excuse because you got YouTube. Do YouTube before you call another man to come and do what you call it. Just because it is embarrassing.
I'm still operating with no volume, but I'm going off live, so bit
You-
behind, but
That's
when
all
I
right.
see you stop talking, I know I can jump in right there. I did want to drop another one. I want to drop another one, food for thought. Check on your boys. Men, check on your boys. Check on your friends, especially the quiet ones. You know, we got friends sometimes that are very talkative, and even they may need checking on in some way, form, or fashion. But the ones that stay to themselves, that are quiet, um, it's a lot, and we've talked about mental health several times now. We've talked about, taking care of yourself and getting checked on and getting counseling when necessary. But check on your friends, man. The ones that are quiet, they may have a little bit more going on um inside than they ever let on, and a lot of times a lot of people have found out too late. They have found out too late. Also, along with that, um, let's learn how to celebrate the wins of our friends without it being a competition.
Hmm.
When they get something, or when they achieve something, or when they get a promotion or a raise or a home or a car, or whatever, a new wife or a new child, like let's celebrate. I have people that I know that automatically, no matter what you say, they have something bigger, they have something better, and they're very much going to bring it up at the time that you're going through your celebration. So I think it's vital that we're there for each other as men, because men are driven off of competition a lot, no matter what it is.
Very
In the
true.
business world, we want to be successful. You know that old saying, I've quoted it before, but no man in this world wants you to be better than him other than your father. Everybody else is going to be jealous of your success. Nobody wants you to, no other man wants you to be
That's
better.
bad. Yeah, that's not
Nah,
good.
nah. Their happiness and their joy may be for a moment, but like if you are doing something great, they'll celebrate you, but now they want to do something greater than what you've just achieved. So
Yeah.
we got to learn to be okay with wherever we are in life. Uh, I had a steak dinner with a friend last night. This is coming from the comments, Natalia, because it was her best week in realty in her 10-year career. That's how you celebrate.
It
That's how
is.
you celebrate.
It is.
Lift somebody up. Let them know that that was a real win. That was a real win. Thanks for that, Tag.
It really is. And not just your friends, but we should do that as a community. I mean, I know we talk about the black community, but there's a lot of that. I think there's a lot of his history behind it where we have been um it has been putting us to try and do one better. I got to do better than you, and I'm not going to pull you up. And I can say this all day. We have to stop doing that. But so many people, so many of us
Right.
do that. But if we would just come like together, man, we can accomplish anything. We can just, I don't know that I don't want to get on that, but yes, that is a wonderful thing, and I think we should do it for friends, for a brother on the street. Like Casey said, help them do these things to support and do it. It could be small things, it could be large things. It doesn't matter because you never know what your word, that one word, will do for someone. You never know. It could just make their day and be a turning point in their lives.
Right.
So let's do that. Let's do that and let's do it regularly.
This is also a big one for me. Being on time is a sign of respect. Being on time, no matter where it is, it doesn't matter if you know everybody else is going to show up later. Being on time, first of all, being there at the time that it's supposed to start is late.
That's
Be
right.
there so that
That's
you can help.
right.
There could be last minute things
That's
that
right.
they need help with getting situated for
That's
the
right.
event, for the night, for the dinner, for whatever.
That's right.
Be ahead of time so that you can help
That's
if
right.
possible. Everybody want to be the life of the party. and show up 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour after everybody else get there, so everybody can celebrate you walking in. And it's just a sign of respect. Be
It
on
is.
time because we can get out on time if we do. If everybody come on time,
Yep.
everybody can leave on time. But
That's right.
just a sign of respect for me.
My wife, baby, you using my email. It says if you're late, if you're on time, you're late. I agree with you, but you're using my email to make it seem like I'm sending up text on here. You got to go through your email, baby. But she is right. If you're on time, you're late. Because like you said, you never know who needs help. And go there with the mindset of maybe I can help someone when I get there. It's just simple things like that. But that's just me. Yeah, she says no.
Another one. If your friend confides in you, please keep it. Don't destroy that confidence. Don't destroy. I, I mean, I can understand if somebody say, "Well, don't tell anybody just yet." Like, you can live with not telling somebody for a week or two, but some things are to be kept. Like, they're just between me. And I'll tell anybody and everybody. Like, I I I I I would like to think that I'm a good friend. Um, if you
Absolutely.
tell me something and you let me know this is just between me and you, I'm not about to go and tell somebody else like this is what he dealing with, but he don't want nobody to know. So this is between me and you. That was between me and you.
Yeah.
That ain't for anybody else to pray about. That
Yeah.
ain't for anybody else to know about. If I'm having that confidence in you and any man as a friend, that's what keep us all bottled up because we'll share something and then it's like the little remember the little game we played as kids when we sit
Whispered
around
in
in a
their ear.
circle and we start the
Yeah.
and by the time it gets to the 12th person is
Totally
nothing
different.
what we said.
But you know what? When people do that, it's not about it's about them. When you tell somebody something in confidence and they go tell somebody, they're doing it to feel a need in themselves. They're doing it so that they can feel whatever it is they want to feel, powerful or like I
Yeah,
know it or whatever. It's about them and they're just trying to um, pull attention to themselves. Because like you said, if it's in confidence, if you go whispering it and whatever, that's about the person who's telling the secret and they're lacking something in them if they can't be a true friend and keep a secret.
yeah. It's it's always good to just come in and be able to share and be able to remind people of the things that we would hope are respectful ways of having friendships. And again, I'm a little delayed, so I'm catching up and I'm laughing at things I heard you say about 10 seconds ago. So it's all good though. I appreciate everybody having the patience with us to work through these technical difficulties. But again, things that every man should know, just simple daily things that we wanted to talk about tonight. Um, Lift someone up, y'all. Lift someone up, speak life into somebody. Um, be there for them if they're going through. Be there for them, and don't just be cliche with how we are as friends. If you say you're gonna call, call. If you
Yep.
say you're gonna do. Let your word mean something. My word is my bond, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. If I say it, that's it. That settles it for me. And if I can't follow through, I'll let you know ahead of time so that you can make provisions. But again, another week. Welcome back, cuz I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, you and your family.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna touch base again on next week. Y'all, please join us again for Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. It's been real. I'm gonna fix these technical difficulties on my end. It's ridiculous. So peace out.
Love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.